There has been a narrative that existed for journalism over a period of time where you see politics seems to overshadow a lot of journalism in as far as India is concerned. Politics and the closeness to corporate companies tend to uh, pressurize a lot of the narratives that you see in India. More importantly, over the last 20 years, you would see a lot of international influence as far as media is concerned. So there is, and more now in the last 6 years, there's been tremendous attempt to create a very disturbing narrative about India in the rest of the world, because you see a good positive narrative on India brings about economic and social progress as far as India is concerned. And for economic and social progress to happen, India needs to be seen as a global destination for investment, economic activity, as well as people feel socially relevant as far as India is concerned. So the image that they try to create in India about India internationally, and I grew up international, so I can tell you, I lived 20 years of my life in the Middle East. So the image that India had then, and the image that India has over the last 6 years, since the Narendra Modi government has been in power, there's a dramatic change in that narrative, where people are having confidence in India that goes beyond being snake charmers to actually being intelligent, economic and business oriented people. Yes, if they have to break this, and that's what I keep saying all the time, if they have to break the progress of India or the growth of India, they have to divide India on the lines that India is famously divided for, which is caste and creed. So you see, every narrative that is played out about India internationally and with a large section of the media in India is caste and creed. It is always about what has happened to the minority or what has happened to the Dalit. I'm not saying you shouldn't stand for it. But just as a Muslim Pehlu Khan is important, so is a Hindu Ramalingam important. People don't understand that. So for us as media, and the reason why we have rattled a lot of this media is because I see the Indian in the person. I stand for the right that we have to protect our Sanatan Dharma culture. We have to protect what is truly India beyond political definitions. Because a citizen in India is irrespective of his caste or creed, right? That's what true secularism is. The most prostituted word in India, I'm sorry I have to say that, the most prostituted word in India is the word secularism, which talks about it being acceptance of all religion in matters of governance. And that's an absurd definition of secularism, because the clinical and the actual definition, the dictionary definition of secularism is acceptance of no religion in matters of governance, which means I have to see you as a citizen irrespective of your caste or creed. So if a Pehlu Khan is important to be reported about in India and internationally, then a Ramalingam who was chopped by PFI people and killed is equally as important. So if the rape of a girl in a particular place, which is again a minority girl, is important, then the rape of a nun is also important. If a Me Too in Bollywood is important, then the Me Too amongst nuns and Catholic Church is also important. The problem is we are actually smashing the narrative that is against India, and that is what is rattling a lot of people. And Republic TV, Goa Chronicle, and a few of us who are actually trying to bring about a revolution in India media will be targeting. I see that getting the targeting getting more strong, but that cannot deter us, because in the end we are pursuing the truth. The Indian Express, which was there many years ago, was actually a stalwart in the pursuit of truth. That's why legendary writers who still exist, like Gurumurthy, were people who actually went after corporate head honchos at that time and were targeted. That's the same thing that's happening to Arnab right now. So you will have that reformation happening. It's all a part of the cleaning process. So we will change the narrative, and India will always be first. No Gandhis can ever control India. Let me be clear on that.